Welcome to NCIX Tech Tips. Today's episode is all about the Galaxy Tab 8. This is Samsung's response to the need for a device that's in between, kind of in between. So you got your phones, your smaller ones, your big tablets, usually 10-inch class. Then you got your phablets, which are sort of in between, and then you've got your smaller tablets. And they've added a touch of Samsung Flair with the S Pen. Pure spec-wise, there's probably not much here that we've never seen before. It has a 1280 by 800 screen, meaning you can watch HD, so that is 720p, but not full HD content, without any downsampling in quality. It has a 1.6 gigahertz quad-core processor with 2 gigs of RAM, and you can get it with either 16 gigs or 32 gigs of storage. It's got a great-looking screen. I mean, we're used to this from Samsung by now. It weighs only 12 ounces, and it comes with an optimized version of Jelly Bean 4.1 that Samsung's saying they've tweaked to make it optimal for use with the S Pen. So let's have a look at the physical aspects of the device. It comes with a USB-A to micro-B charging cable, a wall wart, and a quick start guide to go along with the sparseness of their new eco-friendly packaging that I personally haven't seen before. And it is, as we've come to expect from modern tablets, very, very thin. So what you'll find on the left side is not a whole lot other than sort of a brushed plastic faux aluminum finish and a micro SD card slot that you can expand the storage of the device with. On the bottom, we find 2 speaker grills as well as that micro USB port that we're going to need for charging. On here on the bottom right, we find the S Pen, which actually causes the device to buzz with haptic feedback as well as prompt the user when you open it up, which is quite nice. I'll show you that in a moment. We've got an IR emitter on the right side as well as a volume rocker and the lock button. And then up at the top of the device, we've got a headphone microphone combo port. On the back, it's a glossy plastic finish that has just a Samsung logo and the rear-facing camera. And then on the front, we've got the front-facing camera, a light sensor for the automatic screen brightness, as well as your contextual menu, back button, and home button. Samsung has not done away with the 3-button approach for Android. Now, Samsung aims for the Note 8 to be a productivity device. So if you've used TouchWiz before, there's a lot of stuff you're going to be familiar with, like being able to quickly enable and disable features, and they really haven't loaded it up with anything excessive in terms of apps. I mean, it comes with the S Pen enabled apps, and it comes with the smart remote, which is going to be used with the IR emitter to control your TV or whatever else as a universal remote. So the intention is to keep the software side of it nice and slim and nimble, much like the hardware side. They want you to take it with you everywhere. Use it as an organizer. Multi-window is actually kind of cool. It comes preloaded with Polaris Office as well. So that allows you to take apps and resize them and cascade them on top of each other, including pinning things to the top. And then Polaris Office allows you to be productive even when you're on the go. Now, it's all about the S Pen with all of those other things. So Samsung's intention is for you to be using not only the text-based input, which, let's face it, even compared to a phone, tablets can be a little bit challenging to input on the on-screen keyboard. So they want you to use not only that, but also the pen, whether it's writing down notes, drawing a quick diagram, or even doing something like, oh shoot, I forgot to make a birthday card for that person, and now I can create my very own super happy sunshine inside a cloud, because that makes an awful lot of sense, birthday card, or whatever else the case may be. The S Pen gives you a ton of options due to the built-in digitizer, so it actually has varying levels of sensitivity, unlike many stylus-based input methods which are not featuring a digitizer. So you can't go, okay, I want to draw a thick line versus a thin line with many solutions. So this does actually give you the option. It makes it easier to do something like sketches, for example. You can also really change the way that it looks depending on what kind of a brush type you want to use within Samsung's enabled, there you go, so you get lighter lines, darker lines within their enabled applications. So you can do things like voice memos to go along with things, text memos. You can use the integrated handwriting recognition in order to turn your jotted memos and pictures into something that you can easily read later. And that's really what it's all about. Productivity with this device. Thank you for checking out this episode of NCIX Tech Tips, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this from ncix.com.